Alright, I guess we just jump in, right?
We gotta do our intro.
Yeah, okay. Welcome to Terrace Neighbors, the Terrace House podcast. I'm Taylor.
And I'm Courtney.
And we are in the same room today, so we are doing a special video episode. What is happening with my bangs? I fix. Okay. Doing a special video episode because we're in the same room together. Very uncommon occurrence. Only happens like
every couple of years. Yeah.
It's like when the planets align and there's like a comet and
that's when we can actually cross over, like Tanabata.
Like Tanabata, yeah. Though the weather is not super great right now. But yeah, so we're doing a special video episode. I'm talking about just a normal episode though. But yeah, so you can see our faces. We are in our Airbnb in Tokyo. We're in Meguro, which is actually not too far from where this season is located, I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
I don't think we've ever quite figured out exactly where they are, but I feel like they're probably like Ebisu. We kind of guess like Ebisu, Tamachi, maybe
in that area.
Maybe Shirokane, because the houses are super nice.
Oh, yeah.
But we're by Meguro, which is like a couple stations off.
I also just got my nails done. Now you can see on video.
Let's compare our nails. Mine are press-ons because I'm not fancy. I just order them off of the internet. But Courtney went today and got her nails done by like a professional who does it. And this is like Japanese nail art is a whole thing. She has like little like jewels and stuff.
Like the little gold flakes. It was funny when she opened the gold because like all the flakes went everywhere.
She did that on purpose.
I mean, she was kind of like coughing because she might have inhaled some of the gold, but that's edible, I think, right?
Maybe not this kind. I don't think like the gold leaf that they have at restaurants and stuff for fancy rich people food, because you know how much rich people love to eat gold.
Yeah.
I don't think that's quite the same as the gold flakes they put on nails.
I'm sure she'll be okay.
It's part of the job, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, been having a pretty good trip so far. Yeah.
Done a lot. Been to Disney Sea, went to Akihabara, did a bunch of shopping, too much shopping, had too much stuff to carry, and it was a very big burden, but we got through it. Now we're stronger for it.
Bought so many Kit Kats.
I made promises, and I intend to keep them.
What kind of Kit Kats did you get? Because there
was a lemon type one, there was a chestnut one, I got a wasabi one, I got umeshu, I got it's a bunch of different pastries and stuff. Then some more standard, like kind of strawberry or something or other. I can't remember what it was. Matcha. Sake, regular sake. A lot. I got a lot.
Yeah, we did a lot of shopping. And we're going to do even more shopping because we're going to go to the Pokemon Center today. Gotta catch them all. And by catch them, purchase them. Because capitalism has reached the Pokemon universe. And really, honestly, why go out and just catch them when you can just throw your credit card on the table?
I mean, I could still catch them in Pokemon Go. Catch all the Japanese Pokemon over here. They're different, I guess. I don't know.
Apparently. But I feel like there are just so many Pokemon now in Pokemon Go that, it's sort of... It's like, how are you able to find Farfetch'd when you're having to, compete with all the Unova Pokemon that have been added that you can get anywhere?
You just gotta walk around at the right time. I don't really know how Pokemon Go works very well, so...
I haven't played it since the first release. But anyway, today we are talking about...
Episode 38, Quick to Say I Love You.
I have no memory of this episode at all.
I remember the thing at the end, which is the thing I really want to talk about. Well, I mean, it's not much to talk about, but...
Yeah. So recapping the recap. Byrnes joins the house, immediately, matches up with Misaki, right?
Yep.
They went on one date, and they, immediately made plans for a second.
Yep.
Good sign. Momoka kind of had, sort of the realization of, what her reality is, living in the house, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
With the competition, too, doing them both concurrently. And then Riko and Hayato went on the world's first date.
At least they learned that they have different views of what dating in a relationship is, so we've established that now, and maybe they can learn that they shouldn't do this anymore. Maybe let's go our separate ways.
Maybe one of them will get eaten by a bear.
That'd be awful. With all the things we've seen about bears on the news, I don't know. They might have a high
that's
chance.
Right. So much bear content. But yeah, how does this episode start off? We have Riko and Misaki in the kitchen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of Misaki says that she kind of talked to Hayato on Riko's behalf, and I'm not 100% sure if Riko asked for her to do that, but she went ahead and she did it anyway.
Yeah.
For the sake of the friendship.
Yeah. Just helping out.
Yeah. And so kind of talked about, like, you know, how Hayato felt, like, super rejected, which, I mean, I guess something good did come out of it, because I'm not quite sure Hayato would talk to Riko about it without having Misaki there to convey it.
Maybe, yeah.
Like, if Misaki hadn't talked to him, like,
The
would he
in-between.
have, like, actually come up and be like, you really hurt my feelings?
No, yeah, he probably wouldn't have.
No. He doesn't seem that
I don't know.
emotionally.
Misaki's so good at pulling out his emotions or feelings or something from him, from the dinner where she made him cry to now. Talk about yourself.
Remember that? That was good. That was a good day.
Yeah.
She should do that more often. But yeah, no, Misaki says that this is time for Riko to take more initiative if she wants this relationship to happen, which I kind of feel like is a little bit belated for her to be like, well, now it's time for you to decide if what you really want. Do you really want to date him? Because if so, you're going to have to go for it. Because if you continue to be passive, it's not going to happen. It's like, I think you should have said that earlier.
In the beginning.
Made her make a choice.
Make a choice now.
Instead of just being like, see how
Just
you
go
feel
for
later. Yeah. What happens next?
Let's see. Tells Riko she didn't realize. Oh, then we have the scene with Yuki, Mr. Byrnes, dancing, and he's crumping in his weird little, like, Mod Podge outfit, but it works because it's him.
He's the only person who could pull off that outfit.
Just kind of mad at how handsome he is, all dancing.
Yeah.
Even if he is sweaty. And I think they talk about he wants to do some kind of showcase or some other dance, and he's kind of worried about being able to do a solo dance just on his own. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah. Was it this episode where the practice was at him when he was dancing with, like, his friend?
Yeah, he was with his friend.
Because he was, like, grimacing the whole time, like, when he was...
The friend or Yuki?
I think it was Byrnes. Byrnes just, like, had, like, a...
It might be a thing with crumping to do those kind of facial expressions, but I'm not a professional crumper, so...
Why aren't you a professional crumper?
It never occurred to me till now, and it might be too late.
Nothing's too late. I feel like you could do it.
Think so?
Yeah.
Just pat.
Quit your day job.
Yeah.
Go to professional crumping school. I am, like, very barely sitting on this couch. I am, like... It's just more of kind of, like... physics that are keeping me upright for. It's just kind of, it's like kind of keeping with my feet. Anyway, Riko, we go back to the house, right?
Yeah.
Riko's t-shirt. Do you remember what her?
No.
It said "milk fed" on it, which is really funny.
Okay. Ew.
And a little bit gross. But yeah. She tells Hayato that his quietness has been bothering her. Mm-hmm. And to his credit, like, he expresses himself pretty easily.
I think so, yeah.
I feel like when you put him in the moment, he's not afraid to talk about himself and about his feelings. It's, like, initiating it that might be the issue. Because I'm sure that probably if Riko hadn't talked to him, he would just have, come to his own conclusions and, like, quietly sulked.
Okay.
Sulked?
Yeah, so
he probably would have sulked.
But at least, like, I mean, he expresses, like, okay, I felt you built up a wall, and, this is our line that we're at. Mm-hmm. Even though, for her, that wasn't what she was trying to do, or, like, well, at this point, how you're feeling, do you actually want, like, do you not want to go on any dates anymore, or, like, how are you feeling, like... I don't really know why she's giving him so much of her time, but
it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Like, honestly, for either of them, I'm like, why are you guys together? Is it because you just want to be paired up?
Yeah, for the show. But I was surprised because she's like, oh yeah, no, I am interested in you. It's like, why?
Like, out of, again, we go back to, am I just the best of three? And I feel like they need to be having this conversation of, am I just the best of three? Like, if we didn't meet, if we met outside of this house.
Would we have actually, I don't think so.
No. I don't think she would have given him the amount of time and that she has needed in order to reach this point in her investment and her feelings or whatever, because she was very much on the fence. Oh,
and it reminded me about like what's like pulling teeth with them trying to properly communicate, and it's like we already had that in the beginning with Uchi and Minori, and that was hard enough and dragged out enough. It's like you don't need to drag out this longer. Like, we don't need this right now. I want the fun. I want fun stuff. It's almost towards the end. I want just fun, happy things.
Yeah, but it's so gross, like, the way that, like, so he went from being, like, you know, well, our ideas of relationships are so different, right? And then that was very much, I feel like, a deal breaker. Yeah. He's like, well, this isn't going to go anywhere because our idea of a relationship. But once she kind of was like, well, I don't want you to get the impression that I'm not interested. Then he's like, well, you know, it's fine. Like, you know, if our idea of relationship is different, that's fine. People make it work all the time.
Yeah, he changed all of a sudden. Okay.
Yeah, like all of a sudden it went from like kind of a negative thing to like, oh well, you know,
it's not an issue anymore.
Not a big deal. Who cares?
Yeah.
Which is kind of like hubris. Byrnes is studying for his license.
Yes.
I do like how like Misaki was quizzing him on the questions, but she couldn't read the kanji. She's so stupid.
Although I'm trying to remember what the actual kanji was, and I just think like, would I have known that? Probably not.
Well, isn't that the whole thing? Like, where it's really hard for foreigners to get their driver's license, not because of
the actual driving, but the test itself.
Because the written exam uses really like
obscure
kanji.
Interesting.
Which I think they make a comment later. Sorry, it's this one little piece of my bangs keeps distracting me. That they go like, well, who even fails the written exam? I don't know. Maybe a kid whose parents live in America and may not have been here for all however many years of schooling. Yeah. Maybe he never encountered those kanji.
Exactly.
But though, to be fair, Misaki didn't know them either, so...
but I don't think she should be your judge of, like, the general populace, how well they would know it. I think she might be an outlier, so...
I guess that's true. I lost, yeah.
But no, the whole scene was nice with just them being all cute and studying for the test, and you're going to drive me to these places
and I like
when you pass.
Yeah, and I like that they kind of excited. It's like, yeah, no, like, I'm going to have to pass.
Yeah.
So, because of you. Like, so that we can go out and do stuff, which is very cute. Yeah, the boys get drinks together at Hayato's restaurant, which I guess Hayato got, like, the restaurant to himself.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice.
That was nice of the owner to be like, here you go, little boys' night or whatever.
I mean, I'm sure they're getting a lot of really nice business.
I'm sure.
Being on
the show.
But yeah, so like they're kind of like the boys are getting drinks. Hayato's even making them food. Like, just Byrnes is so cute. It's all he can talk about. Is Misaki, and it's just all he wants to talk about, and he's just like, what do you think of Misaki? Like, what do you think? Like, you think I'm going too fast? Like, what do you think she's doing right now? Like,
do you think she's thinking of me?
Do you think she's thinking of
her?
Yeah, no, but like, and like the Byrnes is just like he's just very worried about like, I don't know if we're on the same page. I don't know like what she thinks. And Armin's just like, just ask her. Just
the logical explanation.
Just tell her how you feel. But he's like, it's too early. I can't just tell her how I feel.
I mean, I do kind of agree where he's thinking like it's kind of going quickly. Like I do think it's like I think things are moving kind of fast. I don't know. It's like I feel like he hasn't been at the house that long yet, so...
Yeah. I can try to remind myself of, like, I feel like online I hear of all those couples who, like, kissed, like, the first night they met, who just immediately had a connection.
I guess, I mean, when you know, or find that connection.
Yeah.
So there's also that, too, so...
Yeah, so, like, I feel like you need to be able to read the situation in order to navigate it quickly or well, because it's very easy to make the other person uncomfortable by going too fast.
Yeah.
But definitely, like, on the other hand, I'm like, I feel like I wish people would worry less about, like, traditional timing and just kind of just be true to themselves.
Yeah.
Again,
that's fair.
The fine line between that and, like, being super creepy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just, like, I love Bird so much. Just, like, could watch him and Armin hang out forever.
Yeah. Hayato who? Oh, is it Hayato who?
Who?
Oh, yeah, who?
But yeah, like, but all he talks about is Misaki, and
Armin's like, oh, you better not mess up the test, or else it's gonna be super embarrassing.
no pressure.
No pressure.
But yeah, no, he wants to do something for Misaki's birthday because it's coming up.
Yeah.
Which must be nice. I've never been in a relationship during my birthday. They either end right before or start right after.
Oh.
So, like, I've never had anybody, like, I've never had, like, a significant other.
To
like,
do birthday things for you?
Buy me a present
Aww.
or do birthday things. They also never overlap with Christmas either. I mean, I'm a strictly spring and fall
apparently
relationship person. But yeah, so Hayato, when he's talking about Nico, his relationship with Nico, right?
Yeah. He's saying it's like at a standstill or something, like we don't know where to go from here.
The word that he uses is steady.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, not necessarily, because I feel like standstill makes you think of sort of like a stalemate almost. Like, it's not, like, it has just stopped. But the way that steady means, like, well, it's still progressing, but it's not going up or down. It's just...
There's no progress.
Yeah. Like, it hasn't stopped and it hasn't paused, but it's...
There's no changes.
No changes. For good or bad.
Okay.
But yeah, but he's sort of reluctant to talk to her about his feelings, which is like, I feel like, okay.
Isn't that the whole point of a relationship, kind of?
So I feel like he's reaching a point, right, where it's like, okay, they've gone on 3 dates, and so he's feeling probably the pressure to start getting physical, right?
Right.
But with that has to come talking about your emotions, especially with Nico, who's made it very clear that she's not interested, that she needs to have that label, right?
Yeah.
That she's not interested in, like, holding hands or making out or any of the other stuff unless you have a confession.
Yeah.
So it's like, you don't want to talk your feelings, but you're also, like, bummed that she won't hold hands with you.
Like, you have to give... there's a two-way street. You have to meet her needs as well.
In the middle, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Sorry. But yeah, yeah, so the hosts kind of, like, have, like, a disagreement, right, about how to kind of interpret Hayato and Nico. And I ended up siding with Yamasato.
I can't remember exactly what they said now.
So,
today.
So, like, Yamasato kind of feels like Nico is being sort of wishy-washy.
Okay.
And she's sort of, like, she's sort of in this, like, unsure stage, and she needs either to go for it or reject him outright.
Yeah.
She's sort of, I don't like the phrase, like, leading him on, but if she's not interested, she's sort of leading him on, right? So if she wants to make this happen, she needs to go for it and start more actively participating.
Yeah.
And if she's not,
then she needs to let him know.
Yeah. Whereas I think the other hosts feel like she is that she's not rejecting him at all. They're like, well, I don't want to see how you see it as a rejection. Her, like, it's like, so far, like, all of the language, both physical and literal verbal language,
like, doesn't seem like she's actually into him or interested at all. So it's like,
no,
I agree with that. Then it's like, yeah, just define if you want. Define, like, is this going to be a thing or is it not a thing? Make a decision instead of being. I mean, she is pretty much passive, but she's been passive, like, most of the time in the house a little bit anyway, but...
Yeah, no, but it's just, it's like... So you have, like, Yamasato, who's who's saying that, Riko, not necessarily Riko's at fault, but Riko is sort of bright, is so sort of making this into an issue because she's not being clear. And the hosts, the other hosts, kind of make a good point that, I agree with. I feel like both can coexist. That Hayato's misunderstanding is entirely his own fault. It's not necessarily that, Riko said anything that would, throw him off.
But it's just because of the way that he interpreted it.
He's sort of making assumptions, right?
Okay, yeah.
And that, Riko was being totally honest. She was legitimately trying to express herself the best she could. So they say that, rather than, Riko having to make a decision, which I honestly feel like this part is not mutually exclusive. So Riko needs to make a decision, but then it's also Hayato's turn to try to make things more romantic.
Okay.
Because...
all they do is go out to eat.
Yeah, because he's getting frustrated.
Which could be just, what you do with your friends anyway, or roommates. So,
he's getting frustrated that she's not making a move, so then you have to be the one to make a move.
Right.
But then again, I feel like as a person, I understand his apprehension about, rejection, or even maybe, crossing a line.
Okay.
It could be that he's a really good dude who cares a lot about consent, and the fact that she's not, he's not, though. Sorry. I forgot about, everything else he has done. But, let's say that, for some reason he didn't make, even though he knows, if she's not being enthusiastic, you shouldn't go for it. But still fails to recognize that in himself. Could be that this is the point where he's maybe I don't want to cross a line, because kind of her line about dating and stuff made it seem like she wouldn't be receptive to him just making a move, right?
Yeah.
So if she's I'm not interested in holding hands with somebody who I'm not boyfriend girlfriend with, then she's probably not someone who's going to react very well to just
someone grabbing your hand.
Ow, I stabbed myself with your beautiful new nails.
Oh, my nails are fine though.
Yeah, I know that they're
strong.
Yeah, but you have to be able to read that. Have I just told the story on this podcast about the can you hold this guy?
I don't know. I can't remember.
I went on a date with a guy. Terrible date. I think I've told stories of him before. But we went to an art museum. We went to the Legion of Honor up in San Francisco. We're looking at the paintings and having a nice time because Legion of Honor, they got nice paintings. And at one point he kind of goes hey, can you hold this?
Oh, okay. Was it his hand?
And I was hold what? He was can you hold this? And
Give it to me.
What is
it?
So you pretend to be me. So I was
okay.
What are you doing? What are you doing? And so he's okay, well, it helps if you play along. So he took my hand, he said, can you hold this? And then did the... And it was the worst thing that has ever happened to me. And then he's the one who's much shorter, so he refused to bend his elbow. So I was kind of walking lopsided. But yeah, he did that, and it sucked.
It does suck.
Yeah, again.
Especially now where it's you have to play along. It's now I don't want to play along. What's going to happen?
So I accuse the media is are you doing something cute? I don't want. If anyone who goes can you hold this? Nothing good.
Usually I have trash in my hands and
it's trash, or it's a spider maybe.
Ugh. It's not going to be a spider for me, just so you know.
Okay, yeah, no, this is a spider-free zone.
Okay.
But yeah. So Riko maybe is like that, and he doesn't want to be that creep who did the thing and kind of made me feel uncomfortable because he just grabbed my hand without reading the room. Because again, my body language was very. But yeah, what happens next?
Yuki, I was going through a bunch of emotions. I think this because Yuki's walking in the room and Misaki's sitting on the couch. And he doesn't look happy. And so first I'm oh, well, did he not pass the test? But then I was thinking he was doing an opposite thing where it's you look like you're sad and pretend you're bummed you didn't pass, but then you'd be ha ha, I passed. That didn't happen.
No.
No, he straight up failed. I think it was only by a point or two though.
Yeah, no, apparently he failed by 1 point.
Yeah, so he almost had it. He was really close.
But I like, which sucks for him. It's a bummer because now he's have to go retake it. And
Yeah.
he'd probably have to wait a period,
Oh, well,
right?
yeah.
Pay the fee. But he, like, immediately, like, he walks in and he just, like,
Gets
drops.
on the floor.
He, like, it's what, Dogeza?
Yeah.
Like, he drops to, like, a very, like, please forgive me. Which was very funny. Because, like, yeah, he seemed more, like, he was obviously sad for himself, but he just seemed more disappointed that he wasn't going to be able to take Misaki out.
Yeah.
Which, again,
I mean, that was kind of the big, I think, really big motivator, though, for him really getting into it and studying and doing that. It's like, I really wanted to take her out. Now I can't fulfill that promise.
Nope. Especially, I feel like, for me, it's sort of like, well, that's, you don't have to drive. Mm-hmm. But I guess on this show, they kind of want you to drive.
I mean, you got that nice, fancy Hummer.
Yeah, with cameras built into it.
Okay, well.
The Yamanote-sen does not have cameras built.
That's true.
It has some, but you probably can't access that footage. That would be amazing, though, if they put, like, little mics on their lapels to get their voice, but the actual footage was from, like, security footage.
Yeah.
Like on the news. Yeah. But he gives her a birthday high five.
Yeah.
Which is very
Yay,
wholesome.
birthday.
Yay.
Happy birthday.
The traditional birthday high five.
But I mean, it took me 3 tries to pass my driver's test.
The written or the
it was the actual practical thing.
I've taken the written test 3 times, but I've never. I guess I think maybe it's a hobby at this point.
Just to take
is getting my learner's permit, because I take the test and then I have my picture taken and I do all the paperwork and I spend a couple hours at the DMV and then I get my little permit and I drive maybe once or twice and then just don't touch it for a year. And then it expires and I get to do it all again.
Well, I mean, Alaska's a little bit different, so I got my learner's permit at 14. And then, but I didn't bother to get.
Sounds safe.
Yeah, and then I didn't bother to get my license though till later, till I was 17. Mm-hmm. But it took a couple tries for the actual test because the first one, I had my dad's truck, which has an extra long bed, and you literally cannot do like the parallel park with the parameters that they give you. They're like, well, what would you do if you took this truck and went downtown? I wouldn't drive this truck downtown. It doesn't fit downtown. It's a big truck. And then
I would find alternative modes of transportation.
Yeah. And then the other one, because we also had to wait for like my mom's minivan to like not have the cracked windshield, because if it's a cracked windshield you can't use it in the test. And then I think one of the times, like maybe I sped a little too fast or something, so I missed it. But I got it, third time's a charm. Also, the lady was a lot nicer. The other 2 people I had were kind of mean, grumpy poo-poo heads, so made me feel more nervous and do worse.
Technical term for it. I have a fear and phobia of driving. So I got my permit the first time when I was 15 and a half because my parents thought I was going to have to pick up my sister from elementary school and middle school and like drive her and stuff. And then because my mom was going back to work, and then it turns out she got a job that was like super flexible and like she was able to pick up my sister no problem. So it was like not even an issue. So why even bother? But if there are any children here listening, please get your license earlier rather than later, because the older you get, the harder it is to find the motivation. And also, the closer you get to death, the more aware you are of it. So, like, when I was 15, I was like, I'm never going to die. I'm going to live forever. That's a lie. They made me watch Red Asphalt. That was deeply traumatizing. So I was just like, I'm never going to die. No, I wasn't speeding. I was also a very safe driver because, again, I have an anxiety disorder.
Yeah.
But I could have. But even then, I was like, I had my whole life ahead of me to get good at driving. I got comfortable driving. And now I'm 100,000 years old. And I'm just like, every time I get in a car, I'm like, this is it. This could be the end. I mean, I'm the same age that, like, Amy Winehouse was. Who gives me the right to live longer than Amy Winehouse? I can't sing like her.
No, I can't either. But
my hair's
I
not
think
as big.
Well, I might be okay.
You need volume up.
Up. I think I might be okay in that front, but
yeah. But yeah. Where were we?
I don't know. Went off on another tangent, but
that's fine. It's fine.
It's not us if there's not a tangent.
No,
so.
that's why we're here. But yeah.
It's Momoka's competition.
Woohoo!
I was so nervous for this part because we just already had one where he failed his thing, and I was like, oh my god, if she fails her thing, I'm going to be so sad.
We're going to see it on television.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure, I don't think you're allowed to fail on Japanese television. I feel like they would pay money to the judges to make her pass.
Oh, really?
No, I just feel like the Japanese people couldn't handle it. Every, I feel like every Japanese, drama adaptation I've seen of a manga that has, maybe a bittersweet ending or not conventionally happy, they change it.
Oh, okay.
So it's more conventionally happy. Like Paradise Kiss. Heads up, there could be spoilers for the ending of Paradise Kiss. Paradise Kiss, the manga, ends with the main character essentially gets dumped by her love interest of the whole series, who essentially was her first love and taught her how to be a grown-up and got her into the world of fashion. So, and he's kind of a jerk, so honestly she could do better than him. He was sort of the terrible first love that you're he sucked, but I learned a lot.
Didn't she end up with the doctor guy?
She ended up with her first crush from the beginning.
Okay.
He was kind of a square, right? But they both kind of grew as people. But anyway, yeah, so it ends with the love interest breaking up with her and leaving for London or America or something to go do fashion, and she's heartbroken, but she's like, you know what, screw you, dude, I'm gonna go and become a famous fashion model because you got me into this world, but I'm gonna do it. I'm not just here because of you. I'm gonna make it my own on my own. So it ends at the at the very end. She's an adult and she's married, I guess, or engaged to her
high
school boyfriend,
who's a doctor.
Who's a doctor.
That's good. That's a plus.
And they can both kind of it's not one or the other. Their worlds have enmeshed. Because of a lot of the series strife is you went off into this fashion thing and you left us behind. You're not the person I thought you were. But so they are New York to go see a Broadway play, and so her ex has done the costumes, and she's it's supposed to be a comedy, but I'm gonna cry. That's literally the last line of the series is, I heard it's a comedy, but I know I'm gonna cry. But it's very it's kind of bittersweet. That didn't work out with them, but she obviously
had a good life. Is successful.
Yeah, she's made her career. Yeah. She's happily in love with somebody else.
So the drama ended up they ended up together, right?
Yeah. So the movie ended with them. They still break up, but then they cut a couple years in the future, and she's in New York as a fashion model, and he's now moved there to be a fashion designer or whatever, and so they run into each other on the street and reconnect and fall back in love.
Okay.
So yeah, it sucks. But anyway, Anyway, that was my long convoluted example, my citation of why Japanese television likes happy endings, and I'm not quite sure. Netflix Japan executives would have allowed them to
let her fail.
Spoilers, because she doesn't fail. But yeah, but she's going into it. It's really, this is make or break her career.
Yeah,
this is the most important day of her entire life. And she's going into it with good spirits.
She is. She wasn't I don't think she said she was particularly nervous or anything like that. She's just gotta go in and get it done. So.
Yeah, so Byrnes and Nico go and see her perform.
Yep.
I guess Armin couldn't make it. Which is sort of a bummer for the Armin Momoka shippers out there. She looks really nice with her makeup and her outfit. She's just so pretty.
Yeah.
She's so pretty.
One thing I was thinking though was I don't know anything about ballet or dancing or anything like that. But with the music that was going, the dance was really, really pretty and good, but somehow I felt it's should have been more dynamic.
So I made a note of, I feel if you're watching it, it can seem very stiff. Because they're not doing, it's not crumping where you're doing all your stuff.
Yeah.
It's very,
ballet is pretty straight, but we also have some of the dances, with the Death of the Swan, and that's very fluid with the arms and stuff.
Well, that's because everybody wants to play the swan, because she gets the good dances.
Yeah, but I don't know, I'm just thinking about, with that kind of fluidity, I don't know, just seemed, but I'm thinking more so not her dance, The matching of the dance with the music.
Yeah.
Somehow it felt off, but I don't know.
I think that's just ballet. Because I kind of make the note, like, again, like, you might think that it's really stiff, but it's because she's, like, the whole point of ballet is you're holding yourself, you're so focused.
Right.
And every movement is precise and targeted. There's no room for extra big sweeping moments. It's, like, every little muscle moves.
Okay.
So, I think this piece was from, like, Swan Lake or something.
Oh, okay.
I'm not 100% sure. Or maybe Sleeping Beauty. It was Sleeping Beauty.
It was something familiar.
Aurora, yeah. I think it was Sleeping Beauty, the ballet. Because the reason why Sleeping Beauty in the Disney movie is named Aurora is from the ballet.
Oh, okay.
So actually, Sleeping Beauty, the movie, is actually more of an adaptation of the ballet than it is of the original fairy tale. The music that's used in it is a lot of it's from the ballet. And a lot of, like, the story choices are from the ballet too.
Okay, interesting.
She got 6th place.
Yep. So she technically didn't reach her goal of getting into top 3 though, so.
I know, which is sort of, I made the note of, like, this was sort of devastating to watch.
Yeah.
Because she said she wanted to get 3rd place or above, like, she wanted to be in the top 3.
Yeah.
But she ended up getting 6th. So, like, yeah, no, she wasn't, like, 100.
Yeah.
Or, 65.
But she still didn't. But she still didn't actually succeed in what her actual goal was.
Well, she made it to the top 10, but 6 is just so middle of the road for a top 10. Like, you're not the worst, but you're not the best. You're just strictly, like,
right in the middle,
mediocre.
Yeah, mediocre out of what, a couple hundred people.
No, but it broke my heart when I was just
too.
watching this, because especially since, like, she's been expressing so much anxiety about being older. And then the girl who won 1st place looked like she was, like, what, 13?
12 or something. Yeah, no.
She looked like a baby. She was probably, like, 17 or 18, just with a baby face. But, like, the fact that Momoka lost to her, ow, my neck popped.
Makes it sting just a little bit more.
Just like my neck. But yeah, but despite that, I mean, she didn't get it the way that she wanted, but
yeah, but it still worked out.
Because
where did I write it? She actually got an offer from a ballet company.
Which, again, grease those palms.
Yeah.
She may not have won 1st place, but there was a company, pulled some strings, called up some people. My brother-in-law works for a ballet company. He can get her in. But yeah, no, so she's, like, frustrated because she didn't, like, win it the way that she wanted, but she still
got, though, that she's now a professional dancer. Like, it may not have been the road she wanted, but she still got there in the end, so proud of you.
So proud. But yeah, yeah, like, I teared up a little bit when I was watching this. Like, I almost cried because I was so happy for her. She's been working so hard, and she's a good person, and it was, like, a real nail biter, honestly.
It's like, ugh.
Because, like, you're watching her, like, dance, and you're like, I don't know if she's
doing good or not. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not like you get to see the other, like, ballet or the other dancers to, like, compare, like, okay, so that girl fell, so she'll be okay, She did better than her, for sure.
But yeah, I made the note that you is especially horned up this episode. She kind of talks about the romantic thrill of studying together, like with Misaki, and then she just goes off on the word ride and just has a grand old time.
Oh yeah, she has a good time.
So good for you. I'm glad that you found an outlet on Netflix that you can't really explore on mainstream Japanese television. I feel like if, watching TV as we have been, if any of, like, Mezamashi Terebi or any of the other, like, just standard, like, talk shows, I feel like if she tried to make a joke about, like, Ride, they would just pull it.
Yeah.
It would go straight to, like, something's gone wrong.
Yeah. I mean, she very constantly talks about, pulling down people's pants and jumping their bones. I don't know.
Yeah, there's that. So yeah, it's kind of an it's a happy day now. Byrnes didn't pass his test, but it's Misaki's birthday. And
Momoka passed
Momoka.
her. She passed, but she also got pro. She's a pro dancer now.
She's a pro dancer. She got a job offer.
She's a professional now.
So they threw a surprise birthday party for Misaki. The decorations were very nice.
I also thought that Misaki had really good reflexes, because as soon as she opened the door and they're gonna pop it, she's like, huh, and got out of the way.
It was like that vine. You know that vine where they jump out and scare the guy. He goes, huh.
Oh yeah.
He goes like, I totally could kill you. I'm not even bothered.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do like that Hayato just cooks everything now.
Yeah, that was great. He's like, thank God he's in this house. He just kept cooking and cooking.
Just makes everything. He's just like just the designated cook.
I mean, that's the whole point why they brought him, right? Because otherwise everyone would die. No one else was cooking in that house.
They were really worried about scurvy.
Yeah.
Did you catch that little moment where he takes Nico's plate?
Oh, no.
So they're sitting, they're all eating together, and he takes Nico's plate and fills it up with food for her and puts it down, and Nico and Misaki exchange sort of like a look.
I missed that.
It kind of it wasn't like a bad look, but it was sort of oh, I see, he's
extra attention to you. I'd be like, I'm the birthday girl. Where's my extra plate of food?
Right? Misaki's birthday got a little bit overshadowed.
Yeah.
By all the other things going on. Byrnes gets Misaki an outfit from his favorite clothing brand.
I was also surprised him just being able to know what her actual size was, even though they haven't known each other that long. I mean, maybe he got it from Rico, but
yeah, maybe had to go do some recon.
Yeah, did some recon, but I was like, wow, already. They all got her really nice, thoughtful gifts, which I think is great, because I think she's really the one behind when people leave, doing those photo book things. I think she's the one behind those, really. So I thought that was nice.
Yes! I never put that together, but you're right, because that was not a thing that they did before.
Mm-mm. No, not till she came on. And
and it does seem sort of like the cute, crafty kind of thing that she would do.
Yeah. So I thought that was nice, because I don't remember, I'm trying to remember other people's birthdays. They got them some gifts, but I felt like they put more effort into Misaki's stuff.
Yeah, and the outfit that he gets her, he's like, go try it on.
It was cute. It's like,
oh my god. This is a little fashion show.
Yeah.
And the dress was really cute.
It was good.
It was both her style and then also sort of not, which I feel like is a good sort of gift.
Yeah. To try something that's a little bit out of your style or out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
But not totally out there.
Mm-hmm. Something that you would maybe pick for maybe something that you would wear, but not something that you necessarily pick for yourself. Yeah. But yeah, and later they're just sitting there playing Jenga, and all he can talk about is just how good she looked and how cute and pretty. And I was just like, shut up.
They were so cute.
They're so cute. It was very cute. Yeah, so she says that they don't need his driver's license to go out.
Yeah. As long as they don't go to Shonan and Yokohama, because those are bad luck, I guess.
So is Hakone and Shonan?
I forget how long that whole beach
Google
is.
That because that does definitely Shonan is definitely Enoshima. So cross Enoshima. So pretty much the places that she went with.
What's his face? Yeah. Don't even need to say his name.
I honestly can't remember his name. Hikaru. But what? So I was kind of wondering if that also includes Hakone, because if that's the case, then I wonder if she went back on her.
I don't think it does.
No. Okay. No, it doesn't. Yeah, it includes Kamakura, Fujisawa, Chigasaki, Hiratsuka. Goes from Odawara to Hayama.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So it's not. So she's still
safe.
But yeah, she feels like it would be bad luck. Though I do kind of find, maybe it's because it's so new or raw, I guess, but it's I've gone on dates and places where I've been with other people before.
I haven't been on enough dates, so I don't have that. but
Yeah.
I mean, you can still experience this place that you like with other people.
Yeah, like
multiple times.
Yeah, I've definitely gone dates, like, you know, with one ex that I'd gone to that place with the ex before them.
Yeah.
Obviously those places take on kind of new meaning, because like, you know, one place, like, essentially kind of redid a date I'd done before. Like, there was, like, a slightly different restaurant, I think. No, actually, it might have been the same, no, slightly different restaurant, but we kind of did the same thing, like, got ice cream, kind of walked around.
Yeah.
That I did with the person I dated before my ex. But it kind of was a more significant date for us the second time, so that that became our spot as opposed to
right,
you know, a place I'd gone to with.
Okay.
Which it is an update. You can, or upside, that you can, you know, make new memories
to replace the old.
Though maybe do that more than just a couple months after it happened.
Yeah.
It's been like 2 months, so she has time.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I guess the Hikaru rejection is still making her kind of insecure. Like, even though she says she's kind of over it and she's fine, I think she is definitely a
little bit.
I think it's shaken her confidence a little bit. Because she says that she's sort of nervous about the potential of a guy kind of changing his mind on her. Because I feel like it's not necessarily... Yeah, I feel like she kind of, that spooked her, right? That, like, she thought that they were in a good place.
And then all of a sudden, they were not.
And they were not. And she thought that he knew how he felt, and it turns out she didn't. And he was not that into her, and she thought he was into her. And
yeah. Yikes. But... I was screaming at the kind of last scenes. Like, I had my hands on my face with the pillow. First, if Byrnes looked at me that dreamily, like, from across the couch, immediately fall in love with him. Be like, how can you not?
I know.
Like, it's not fair.
I was getting, like, because again, I think I've said, like, you know that feeling you get when someone's, like, looking at you very intensely, and you're in one of those moments, you get, like, you know, get the kind of adrenaline rush, and the do-do-do. Like, that's how I was.
That's how I was like, he's looking at me.
Don't look at me.
Right? And, I mean, did he say anything, or did he just go in for the kiss?
No, he says, so...
Okay.
He's, yeah, so the note, so... Byrnes is a little bit exasperated by kind of how hurt, but that's not a good way to phrase it. I feel like he's maybe a little bit kind of like maybe a little bit resigned.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's not super negative, but he's definitely sort of like, okay, I mean, if you really don't want to go to Yokohama.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have kind of like a nice kind of shy intimacy. It's like it's comfortable and accepting, and they're like having this nice moment where they're just both kind of bashful and giggly, and they're still like talking really well. They're not like shutting down.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just like stares at her, just with the most
smitten, that is so beautiful,
with the most smitten expression I've ever seen. Like, he is like literally like hard eyes when he like looks at her. And then he tells her that he likes her. Oh. But his face is so serious.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure.
It's not even a joking way.
No.
It's not even like
this is serious.
He's just like, ski. And then he moves in.
Oh, God. Because did he try to kiss her on the forehead first, or did he just try going for like a kiss? Because she didn't actually like give a response.
So he starts going in, he starts leading in,
but she goes,
and then she kind of falls back and puts her hands out.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Oh, it's going for your forehead, silly!" And then she's like, still like, "Stop!" But I don't think it was like a "Don't kiss me, get away from me." It was more of a "What are you doing?"
Yeah, no, that's how I felt too. Because I had my pillow, I'm like, "Oh, what's happening?"
Because I feel like every kind of couple, like, unless you're just really comfortable making out with people, but I feel like there's always that little moment of like, when you first kind of move in, where it's very intense.
Yeah.
And for some people, like myself included, I just kind of like,
fall back.
Just fall back. Like, yeah, kind of try to move away and get out. Yeah, no, but then like, but yeah, it was just, he got swept up in the moment, And she kind of panicked, but,
Yep.
like, not in a, like, you're attacking me sort of panic, but, like, oh, what do I do?
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is happening kind of panic. And, like, and then he gets embarrassed, and then she's embarrassed, and it's just deeply
It's just a
embarrassing.
mess.
But also really cute.
It was really
It was really cute and embarrassing and terrible and really nice.
So I just hope that he doesn't feel like she was trying to, like, push him away.
Yeah, no.
Or anything like that.
Well, I think he kind of, like, understands where he goes, like, oh, I'm just gonna kiss you on the forehead, and she's like, yeah, like, it's too soon, it's too fast, it's too fast. It wasn't like, I don't feel that way about you, but she's just like, I feel like you'll understand, right?
Yeah.
He made that move, and I think he kind of knew subconsciously that it maybe wouldn't work out.
Yeah. Still went for it anyway.
Still went for it anyway.
Oh, Byrnesy.
Oh, Byrnes. He likes her so much.
It's such a huge contrast between, like, Hikaru and then with him. And it's just like, I don't know, it's nice. But Misaki deserves it.
Yeah, no, honestly, like, after being in a sort of a semi-dating relationship where she was having to make a lot of the overtures and make a lot of the efforts and having to double second-guess herself, you know, she deserves to have somebody who just...
properly reciprocates.
Yeah, and is very openly is like, I like you.
Yeah.
Not afraid to like her.
Yeah.
So it's really gross though.
What?
No, just that whole moment where he goes in and she kind of goes like it was really.
It was a mess.
It was a mess.
But that's the episode.
That's the episode. It was a good episode.
It was a good episode.
It had
a lot of, there's lots of ups and downs and good highs, and
I feel like this is one of the episodes that kind of makes people want to watch Terrace House. That you can, like, watch people have to deal with, like, you know, personal challenges. You know, work on their jobs and their other goals.
But then also has, like, the relationship stuff and all the doki dokis that you want.
It had good friendship moments. Yeah. And it had
just, like, all the positive stuff. Like, talking about your feelings and figuring things out and just, like, good stuff.
But yeah, that was this episode. Next one is going to be called...
Episode 39, Rocket Girl Dives into Love.
Woohoo!
So I'm pretty sure that's going to be about Misaki and Byrnes' relationship as it buds and blooms into a beautiful flower, and everyone is happy, and it's nice.
And global warming stops. And
all the polar bears are saved, and the bees aren't dying.
Yeah. And, like, the stuff on my nose kind of figures itself out. And just, like, yeah, no, I'm very excited. But yeah, that episode will be out on October 6th.
And we will be back to normal. No faces.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I know, like, kind of, there's been a weird sort of acidic tang in the air. And I know that, like, you know, all the dogs in the world haven't, you know, stopped barking since we, you know, both arrived in the same room. So I got to Tokyo first, because my flight was a little bit early and yours was a little bit late.
Yeah, it's delayed.
So even though I was coming from a further distance.
Oh yeah, from the airport, yeah.
From the airport and stuff, I got to our station first, and so I was like, well, it's only about 10 minutes though, so I'll wait. And pretty much, like, once you walked through, like, the ticket gate, right? Like, my ears started ringing. And and everyone kind of, like, snapped up, like, you know when you get those, like, Amber Alerts on your phone, and just you just kind of, some people get it before the others, it just becomes like a wave of just effect. Like that. It was like that, but us is at the epicenter, and nobody knew what was happening. Obviously you can't pull out your phone and be like, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. These two longtime friends haven't seen each other in several years, and now they're both here. But yeah,
it's a good episode. All right.
I guess that is us.
That's us.
I don't usually know how to do this without... Usually takes us about 18 tries to do the good way, but we only get one shot because I don't want to do too much video editing because I don't know how to do it. I can't remember who did it last time.
I think I said go to bed.
Okay. See, every single time we have to do this, we have to decide who says
Who's
what.
gonna do it?
Because, we have a system, right?
It's an even and odd. Oh, no, then I'm the odds to say
Yeah,
it, and
so-
you say, okay.
So I say it when we're even, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, well, this has been Terrace Neighbors. Thank you so much for watching.
Ooh, watching. And go to bed.
Bye-bye.
Bye.